Prince Harry, born Henry Charles Albert David, joined the British Army in 2005. His decision to enlist was influenced by a desire to serve his country, an experience shared by many members of the British royal family. The military was seen as a rite of passage, a way to gain discipline, respect, and a sense of duty. For Harry, it also offered an escape from the intense media scrutiny that had followed him since birth. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. Please like the video, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit on my post notification bell for more updates. Harry underwent officer training at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, where he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Blues and Royals, a regiment of the Household Cavalry, in 2006. His initial military roles were typical of a young officer, including training exercises and leadership responsibilities. His royal status, however, meant that he was under constant media scrutiny, which added a unique pressure to his service. In 2007, Prince Harry was deployed to Helmand Province, Afghanistan. This deployment was kept secret for security reasons, and Harry served as a forward air controller, coordinating air strikes from the ground. His presence in the combat zone was significant not only for the British military but also symbolically, demonstrating the royal family's direct involvement in the conflicts faced by the nation. Harry's first tour was cut short when his presence was leaked by the media, forcing his withdrawal for safety reasons. Despite the abbreviated nature of his deployment, it was a formative experience that deepened his commitment to the military and the soldiers he served alongside. Determined to return to Afghanistan in a more effective role, Harry retrained as an Apache helicopter pilot. This role required rigorous training and showcased his dedication and skill. The Apache is a complex and highly advanced attack helicopter, and becoming qualified to fly it was a significant achievement. In 2012, he returned to Afghanistan, this time as a co-pilot gunner, a role that involved both piloting the aircraft and operating its weapon systems. During his second tour, Harry was stationed at Camp Bastion, the largest British military base in Afghanistan. His responsibilities included providing air support for ground troops and conducting reconnaissance missions. The nature of his role meant he was frequently engaged in combat operations, a fact that would later become a focal point of controversy. Camp Bastion was a sprawling base home to thousands of British and Allied personnel. Despite the austere conditions, it provided a semblance of normality amidst the war. Harry's life there, however, was far from ordinary. He faced the unique challenge of being both a royal and a soldier, with all the attention and isolation that entailed. In interviews from Camp Bastion, Harry spoke candidly about the difficulties of his position. He expressed frustration at being treated differently due to his royal status, longing to be seen simply as Captain Wales, rather than Prince Harry. His desire for normalcy and camaraderie with his fellow soldiers was often at odds with the reality of his situation. Harry's time in the military was marked by a persistent struggle with his dual identity. While he cherished the camaraderie and purpose the military provided, he often felt isolated and frustrated by the constant attention and special treatment. His comments about feeling like an outsider among his peers highlighted the unique pressures he faced as a royal in uniform. The media's intense focus on Harry's military service added another layer of complexity to his experience. Every aspect of his service, from his deployments to his interactions with fellow soldiers, was scrutinized. This constant attention sometimes created friction and affected his ability to fully integrate into military life. After leaving the military in 2015, Harry faced the challenge of transitioning to civilian life. This period is often difficult for many veterans, and Harry was no exception. He missed the sense of purpose and camaraderie he had found in the military, describing his time in the army as some of the happiest years of his life. In 2023, Prince Harry released his memoir, Spare, in which he provided unprecedented insight into his time in the military. One of the most controversial revelations was his admission that he had killed 25 enemy fighters during his second tour in Afghanistan. Harry's candid account was intended to shed light on the realities of combat, but it sparked significant backlash. The reaction to Harry's revelation was mixed. Some praised his honesty, viewing it as a necessary conversation about the brutal realities of war. Others, however, saw it as a breach of military ethics and decorum. Retired Colonel Tim Collins, a prominent figure in the British military, publicly criticized Harry, accusing him of betraying the military family and undermining the values of the army. Harry's comments about his combat experiences also raised ethical questions about the nature of war and the training soldiers receive. His description of seeing enemy fighters as chess pieces, rather than people, was particularly controversial. While this perspective is often a psychological necessity in combat, acknowledging it publicly can be contentious. Harry's military career and his subsequent public statements have had a lasting impact on veterans and military families. His openness about the challenges he faced, both during and after his service, has brought attention to issues like mental health, isolation, and the difficulty of transitioning to civilian life. His work with veteran organizations, including the Invictus Games, has been widely praised and has helped to support and empower wounded soldiers and veterans. Harry's military service and the controversies that followed have also had broader implications for the royal family and its role in public service. His experiences highlight the unique position of royals who serve in the military, balancing their duties to the nation with the personal and familial pressures they face. Harry's journey has sparked conversations about the expectations placed on members of the royal family and the support they receive in fulfilling their roles. Since leaving the military, Harry has undergone a significant personal transformation. His experiences in the army and the challenges he faced have shaped his perspective and fueled his commitment to advocacy. He has become a prominent voice on issues such as mental health, veterans' rights, and the impact of military service on families. His work continues to influence public discourse and inspire change. Prince Harry's decade-long military career, his experiences in Afghanistan, and the controversies surrounding his memoir provide a complex and multifaceted story. His journey highlights the unique challenges faced by royals in the military, the ethical and psychological dimensions of combat, and the broader implications of military service for veterans and their families. Through his service and subsequent advocacy, Harry has left a lasting legacy that continues to resonate and inspire. Thank you so much for watching the video and supporting Royal Info by sharing, commenting, subscribing and turning on the post notification bell for more updates.